What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be going over Espathra because, well, Cinderace is coming and is a very big threat for the 7-star raids. So let's get into it. So we're using Espathra here because it has a very particular ability that we can actually use very heavily. Now, the Tera type, we are going to be using Psychic. He is a Psychic type, so he does get Stab, and that does come in handy later on. His held item can be quite a few things. So I run Leftovers because of everything that he can do. You can run Shell Belt, which means you are attacking, you are just constantly healing. Leftovers, if you are doing something else, you are constantly. So that honestly helps you out, get more health, be more survivable. And honestly, I found Leftovers to be really, really good. So it's kind of up to you if you want to run Shell Belt or Leftover. So for the moves, we have Luna Crash, Reflect, Feather Dance, and Roost. So to kind of break this down is Reflect cuts in half physical attacks. If you are doing the Cinderace raid, you do want that very much because he does hit really hard, especially when he's bulk up. He's raising his own attack stat. Now, Feather Dance is to lower the attack stat. So if you are going against Cinderace, you're going to be using him as a reference this entire time. A Feather Dance will lower his attack stat, even if he does bulk up, that drops him back down to neutral or -1. However many times you've done it or he has bulked up. Roost, that's going to be your survivable move. You use Roost, you heal back up. On top of your Leftovers, you're going to be gaining so much HP back that you can just live forever. Now getting onto his ability and his spreads, this is kind of what makes him very, very useful. So Opportunist, there's two abilities, but I like using Opportunist. So Opportunist is if opponent's stat is boosted, the Pokemon seizes the opportunity to boost the same stat as itself. So what that means is Cinderace sits there and he bulks up, which is what he wants. He wants to raise his defense so he can be more survivable and raise his attack stat. Well, what's that mean? That means he's going to hit harder and be harder to take down with physical attacks. Cinderace is a physical attacker and all his moves are physical. So using the ability here, whenever he bulks up, you get a defense boost and an attack boost, which we're not really using, but the defense boost is very big because if you have a Reflect, now Cinderace has to hit through your Reflect, through your plus defense, your +1 defense or +2 defense, how many times he's done it and hasn't nullified you. Now, if you use a Feather Dance, you can go in, he can bulk up, you have Reflect up, now you have a +1 defense or however many times he's done it. Use Feather Dance that lowers his attack stat. Now you're just sitting with a Reflect and a plus defense, so he can't hit you as hard. Now the other ability you can use is Speed Boost. Every turn you get to actually just get your speed plus, so you move faster and faster each turn. I have ran that set. I do not like it. It's not as useful as you think it should be. Now, if you are running a Feather Dance, you can swap that out for Baby Doll Eyes. That means that move constantly goes first, no matter what. You constantly guarantee drop the stats of whatever Pokemon you're coming against, like the Cinderace, before it gets to attack you. Getting onto the spread here, we are going to go full special attack and full defense. Now it's 252 special attack and 252 defense. That means we can live physical attackers a lot easier, especially with the Reflect up. Now our last four, we will be putting in HP just to give it a little bit more bulk, and we're going to be running a bold nature. So that gives us a plus defense minus attack. We're not using our attack stat, so it doesn't really hurt us. And we're going to be raising that defense stat even higher than what it can possibly be with just vitamins to make us live physical attacks a lot more. So we can just sit there and wall out Cinderace. So this is my Cinderace raid. It is going to be a very difficult raid if you are using Espathra in a Cinderace raid. Just keep in mind that the raid itself is actually very difficult. There's no one mon that can honestly just sit there and one-shot it yet. We are still figuring that out. But as of right now, this is online. I am running with an Armor Rouge. There was somebody that was using an Armor, and he actually helped out quite a bit because we were able to work together on the turn 1 and kind of just set up the raid how we wanted it. He used Reflect. I used Feather Dance. Cinderace had already used Bulk Up. So now he's hitting through a Reflect and a Feather Dance, and I didn't have to waste 2 turns to set that up. So I could go turn 2 straight going into Luna Crash and dropping the special defense of Cinderace with a bunch of special attackers sitting on our side of the field. As we are able to do this, we're able to dwindle him down very, very quickly. And it honestly just made for a very easy raid. It does go slow and does like bulk up several times, but we are able to take it down. Keep in mind he does the bulk up and pyro ball interchangeable for turn 1. I have ran into him with a bulk up turn 1 or a pyro ball turn 1. Now this is my Espathra. This is the build I've done. This is the spreads I've done, the ability. I have ran this set in the raid itself. As you can see, I did take it down. Gave me my rewards. Now I can go in and farm them. If you like this Espathra and you find it useful in the Tera Raid system and you're going to build your own, go ahead, drop it a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next Tera Raid build.